Welcome back. So the season just wrapped up, and it's a little sad to see us all go away, but this is not going to be the last time you see me. I promise. If I can work my little magic, send up some prayers, this will not be the last time you will be seeing my face. But yeah, the season wrap up was pretty nice. It was all emotional. Watching, I'm like, oh, look at our little stories, our little growth, and I wish we had more episodes. I know so many people was like, we need to have more episodes and a reunion. To be honest, I wanted a reunion. I did. But seeing how all this Twitter drama was getting, a reunion probably wouldn't have put us back in the way that we left, which was on a positive note. It might have would have delved into a little bit of us, acting out, which how we should not be for just women in general. Not like, yeah, Christian as well, but like just women, we shouldn't even be acting like trying to fight and stuff like that. And I think that's a big possibility of what could have happened if we went back. So I think we ended on a good note, but I've been asked a lot about, how did you come out to your parents? What did they say? How can you do this? I'm struggling with the same thing. Well, let me tell you the story, because this is kind of a funny story, just with my sexuality in general. So I had my little first crush, right, on the girl. My first crush when I was in ninth grade. My first crush, I'm telling you, I turned around and I saw this girl and I was just like, excuse me, what are these feelings that I'm feeling for this? Like, it was like how I normally saw guys, like that attraction, like, ooh, he's cute, like, and girls think girls are pretty, like, oh, she's so pretty, but it wasn't like that. It was like how I felt towards a guy to this girl. So I was like, what is going on? I went crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh, God's gonna hate me. What's wrong with me? Da, da, da. Oh my God, I went crazy, right? But I found myself like doing little things, like I knew she would like come down like the stairwell at this time, so like I would go by the stairwell just to see her come down and make conversation. Like I could just tell like I was having a crush, right? A real crush. So, oh my gosh, whatever. But we started talking then, and I had my first girlfriend when I was the summer between 9th and 10th grade. I had my first girlfriend, right? And so that didn't go long. I mean, but I really liked her, and it was my first time. So my sisters, actually, there used to be so many times I used to get caught by my sisters. This one girl I had a crush on before, and she was in my bio as like my wife, but a lot of people say like, oh, this is my wife, but it doesn't mean like anything like that. So I wanted to do it like that, and my sisters were like, who is this girl? And blah, blah, blah. I used to get calls in the movie theater. I would be with my friends. They're like, I saw this post, and now people are asking me like, da da da, and I'm like, it's nothing. Like I was in denial. It's nothing. It's just my friend, and everyone does it, and it's just my friend, and whatever. And it was hell, okay? It was hell all the time, trying to cover up my tracks and stuff like that. So when I got a little older, around like 16-ish age, I was having girlfriends, and I would just tell my family, this is my friend, right? Okay, it's just my friend, no problem. So they could, so we could hang out, So telling them it was my friend got kind of weird though, because like the girls who I, were dating, they weren't necessarily like girly like I am, so like when they would come around my family, I would be like, put on this or put something else on, like look girly. So it kind of was bad because I was making them not be who they were, truly who they were, and making them feel comfortable. I was trying to just cover the tracks, which honestly isn't a good thing. Don't try to cover it, because to be honest, you probably think your family doesn't know. Chances are they actually might, because my family knew the whole time, even with all my hiding and antics or whatever. But so I kind of told my sisters about it, but they were like, okay, you're just probably confused. That's what everyone wants to tell you. You're just confused. You don't really know what you want. You're like, okay, sure, that's what you say, but I know what I'm feeling for this girl over here, but fine, whatever. And then when I told my sisters, they're like, don't tell mommy, she's gonna be so mad. So I'm like, okay, I won't, whatever. But then I was with this one girl, and the very first time I was finally able to be like, Mom, this is what it is, I was dating this one girl. And she had been through all of this, like, you know, dressing differently, trying to be in front of my family, trying to be my friend and stuff like that. And we had been back and forth for like a year or so, and she was like, you know what, I can't be with you if you can't be honest with who you are, which I completely respect. Now, you know, I always knew I wanted to tell my family. I was just so nervous. Like, how can I say this? Like, pastor's daughter, okay? Like, what am I supposed to say? How can I say that? But she kind of gave me an ultimatum, like, you either tell your mom or we're not going to be together. And I respect her so much for that, because it kind of gave me the little extra push to tell them and tell my mom and stuff like that. And so I told my mom, and she was like, really? You know, kind of, but she wasn't like, nah, I'm gonna kill you, stuff like that. And my dad, I'd already spoken to him about stuff like this before. And to be honest, people would think that my dad was like, no, you're not allowed to feel this way. And the Bible says he wasn't like that at all. To be honest, I'm so thankful I have accepting parents. I know it was hard for my mom to, you know, accept, but I never got some hate speech. I never got, oh, sorry, that fell. I never got like, oh, you're gonna go to hell, and oh, you're gonna, like, I never got that. You know, it was just nothing but love and acceptance, and I'm so thankful for that. But when I told them, it was hard, but I knew I wanted to be with this girl. And at the same time, it felt like a sense of relief. But I gotta be honest with you guys too, this video is getting so long. Gosh, I just talk so darn much. But one thing I can say is that while I was going on the show, not everyone knew. Like, it still wasn't like the most public thing ever. So to be honest, it was great being on the show, because I finally felt free. Like, by being on the show and kind of talking about it, I knew like this will be a nationwide thing. So everyone who knows me is watching the show. So while I might not have told them personally, now they know. And now I feel free. Now I don't have to feel so scared. And there used to be times I used to talk to my friends about a girl, but I couldn't tell them it was about a girl. So I kind of made it be a boy. Like, yeah, I used to go through all these different kind of antics to try to cover it up. Like, oh, it's this boy named so-and-so. And I would give a whole like story of this girl that was a real girl, but made it be like a boy, so my friends wouldn't, you know, feel the type of way. And I was on an all-girls dance team, and I didn't want people to think like, oh my gosh, now we got to change around her, oh my gosh, she might be looking at me, you know. So that's why I was really nervous to like tell them, because I didn't want people to think of me in that way, because that wasn't the truth. Like, and let me just break that out first. Just because I like girls does not mean I like every single girl, because some of y'all not my type, and I'm just being honest. Like, seriously, no. I hate when people think that, like, oh, she likes girls, I have to be, girl, you ain't cute. Like, I'm just being silly. But no, I'm actually being honest though too. Every girl is not every girl's type, okay? Just being honest. Just like in the house and stuff like that, even with all those girls, none of them I'm attracted to in that way. None of them. They're my friends, they're my sisters, and they never treated me differently. So the show was definitely a way to like get everything out in the open. And I had to tell like my grandma, my, you know, all like my distant, you know, not distant family, extended family, so they would know before, you know, so they wouldn't just be surprised like everyone else probably was. But you know, so it was kind of just a sense of relief. So now it's like I don't have to hide anymore. Now when I have a girlfriend, because I'm single, but now when I have a girlfriend, it doesn't have to be like, oh, you know, this is my friend. Like, no, it's like this is my girlfriend, and I really like her, and I'm here introducing her to you guys because, you know, it's great. So that's kind of my story. Yeah, it's kind of funny to think about. But this video is so freaking long, so I think I'm gonna go now. Bye bye.